This is RPA Fridays number 16, and I am Roman from Robot ICT, where we love to automate every process possible. So quickly about us, we are based in Czech Republic and we focus on automation in different kind of industries. We do this by using robotic process automation, and this will be also the case today. I will demonstrate you some robotic process automation. And we use also our own workflow automation software, which is more specialized on networks, data centers, and large IT environments. So if you want to like to know more about us, about our academy, our community, all links are in the video description. If you will enjoy this webinar, please give us a like and subscribe. It would mean a lot to us. And today's topic is advanced Excel data manipulation, because last week I showed you first part, and this time I will show you another one, part 2. So what will it be today about? Today's show will be a showcase of some another tricks with Excel activities using UiPath. First one will be how to run an Excel macro from UiPath. Another one, how to filter data, export to PDF and CSV, and also some formatting of the cells. So this time it will be rather simple, rather easy, but easy also for you to follow and easy for you to use these all these things in your projects. And I believe it will be not a big challenge for you. By the way, speaking of challenges, we have a new contest on our community forum, our Robot ICT community forum, and the contest is about that if you finish at least one RPA challenge during till the end of September, you can win, like you get this funny T-shirt. And so anyone can win. Only take a chance in one of the RPA challenges. There is every week a new one, and just do it. It's easy. Even if you are a beginner, you should be able to do it. Next Monday there will be a new one, so check every Monday if there's something you maybe are not sure about. Maybe next challenge will be for you. So and now let's start. So again, I will be using advantage of the UiPath activities from UiPath StudioX. So I already prepared some sequences here in my projects for so it's ready and I don't have to prepare it. And and I also prepared some files. I will show you them during the video, during the webinar. So I will go and look for the activities, and I see that my activities from StudioX are gone. So I have to actually enable them. As long you also should do it if you cannot see them here. So you have to click on this funnel and click Show StudioX, and this will give you on the very bottom of this panel the StudioX business activities. So they are used in StudioX, but they can be used also in UiPath Studio Pro or UiPath Studio, not the X one. And you can take benefit from them. You can benefit from them the same as if you would use them in StudioX, because some of them are not the same as the Excel activities or the workbook activities in Studio Pro. So let's start with the Excel ones. You can see that there is pretty a lot of them. Some of them are self-explanatory, and I will not definitely show you like what delete rows or delete column does. Okay, that's pretty obvious. Even though most of what I will show you is pretty obvious what's the result, but I will show you how to use it, right? So first of all the things for all the activities from this long list, we have to put in a scope, so-called. And this one is called Use Excel File. So that's what I will put just right in the middle. And the first example I want to show you is how to run a macro. So I have here a macro format Excel file that's called, it's not XLSX, but it's XLSM, like with a macro. I can show you how I can show it to you how it looks like. It's the same file that I used before. When you want to play the macro, you have to click enable content, so on, blah blah blah. Yes, and then you can somewhere there view the macros. Where this view macros. Okay. So there is a prepared macro, and this macro is doing, what is it doing is just it takes all these fields, all the data, and creates a thick border around it. And it's a demonstration macro. It does not do anything special. Sorry. So I am able to run it from Excel from here. This is a name, it's a unique thing, so I have to know this, but I will not run it now. I want to run it from UiPath. So I go here, and in the Use Excel File activity, I will use the Browse button and select the registration with macro file. And I will keep this as it is. So it's a reference variable will be Excel, and I will put one more activity to this do section. Oh, if there is only one, I actually can delete it and put a solo activity here, but doesn't matter. The one that I want is run spreadsheet macro. So I'll put it here, and then I have to specify a few things. And this will be pretty easy, really. You will see in 1 minute we are done. So the source workbook, I have to put there the Excel thing. That's the same name, the same name that is given by default to this file as like a substitutional variable. Okay, right? So that's it. If I would change it here to something else, this should match. And the macro name is macro1, and it has to be in brackets, actually. And that's it. If the macro has any output or any argument, if there is anything more about macros, and I am no expert in macros, I have to say, in there you can add more things. And there is not much more to add in the properties. So this should be working as it is. Let's try it. I will run it, run a file. It will actually do it in front of us very quickly. I'll open the Excel, and there is the border edit. It was not really visible, so let's open a file and examine it. Ta-da! See? And that's what was happening. But think about maybe more complicated macros that you can actually run them easily from UiPath like that. So this is really useful thing. Let's move on to another one. So I will have few more activities in the next part where I want to perform some data filtration, and also I will show you on this example how to save the Excel as a PDF and how to export it to CSV by using activities from the UiPath StudioX. So again, I need to use the use Excel file activity, right? And navigate to a file that I prepared. It's the file called registration to filter. It's the same file, but there is no macro in it, and that's essentially just a simple table with data. It doesn't matter much, but actually we should take a look at it because that is what to filter, right? So I want to filter this table by points, and I only want the lines that are above 100 points. But this will not delete the lines that will be below 100. It will just perform the filter as you would perform it in Excel, working in Excel. So I actually can keep it open for now because it's not a problem. It should be closed while you pick the file, but it can be open whilst you then execute it. And the first thing that I want to do is to search for the activity called filter and put it there. And here there is a different way how to input how to actually select the inputs, and I have to go and to use a little hack for this source field. So I use Excel Excel name that's from the beginning, from the scope, let's say, dot sheet, and now I have to enter the name of the sheet where I want to perform the filter, right? So which actually it's pretty obvious why, because there are more sheets, so I have to tell the robot what filter, what sheet to use. So I know, and I can take a look, that the sheet is called sum sheet. Well, maybe some relic from last time. Sum sheet, nice. And now I have to specify the range by adding extra dot and range, or maybe I can make it a little bit bigger so you can see it right better maybe. And specify the range where I want to perform the filter. So for me, it will be A1 to, let's say, F10. Doesn't matter that this is empty. A1 until F10. Easy peasy. Good, and there is no error. Of course, I have to specify by what column I want to filter it. So the column will be points. Yeah, double check. There is column points. And now we need to go and configure the filter. When you click this button, it will allow you to even have a basic filter that only has the is equal to thing and another is equal to. Okay, too simple for us. We need something more advanced, more slightly advanced. So I turn on the advanced filter, and the value or the comparison, the operator will be not equal, but the higher than sign mark, and it will be higher than 100. But don't ask me why. We have to enter this in brackets unless it will not take it, because it's actually taking string as a as an input data type. Never mind, it's still working. So this I can keep empty. There is no way how to delete it, but since this is none, it will be ignored. So this is it. Also, you can use this one before actually executing this filter to clear an existing filter. If you want to just take the data set, clear the filter, and start with a new one. So maybe let's try this one so far. So let's run it. And actually, I can see it. It's here on my screen, so it will just happen right in front of my eyes and your eyes. See, and close the file. Unfortunately, it will keep in this semi-closed stage. But let's open it once again and see if the filtering was successful. Right, perfect. So there is this filter, and it works like a normal filter. So I can turn it off if I want and go back to my details, to my data, or turn it on and so on. So it's like an Excel filter. So lovely. I will turn it off for now and show you a few more things with this in this workflow. And another one will be that I want to show you how to save the Excel file as PDF. Yeah, as PDF. So here I need to specify workbook, which actually takes this argument solely, not a range, and then the save as file. So let's call it PDF export.pdf. Actually, I wonder what will happen if we will have more sheets. So maybe just let's do a little tweak and let's examine if this usually ends up badly when I try to wonder about something when I'm live streaming. But let's try it. Let's put there some content on sheet number 2. Lovely. So it's actually sheet 1, but never mind. In my eyes, it's sheet number 2. So this will actually export to PDF, and there are only few options. One is to replace if there exists such one, and actually let's also you can set up start page, end page if it will produce more pages. But it works like a dummy way. Like if you go in Excel and click export to PDF, it will create what you want. So maybe let's try it, run file, and see what's the result. It will also do the filter thing, but never mind. Good. And close it. Good. And what we have is here a PDF file that was just born. And let's check it. So here okay, we have 2 pages. Okay, that's pretty how to say nice. On the first page is the first sheet. On the second page, let's check it. Yeah, on the second page, there's this one is some content. Oh, sheet. On a sheet, no. Oh, no, sheet. So lovely. This works, and it prints the entire PDF, which maybe is not necessary, but you can maybe play with that and align on it. There are plenty of PDF activities actually in UiPath, so you can easily adjust this one. So that's pretty nice, and maybe a few tips on how to format and adjust what you want to see on the PDF. It's actually pretty easy. Just a basic tip. If you go to the file itself, maybe you wonder how to do it, maybe you know it. So once you are here, you can go to View, Page Break View, and if you're not happy with where is your page break, sometimes it has like it looks like there are 2 pages. Like page 1 and page 2, and it gets split. You can change the page breaks like this. If there is more of it, if I add some data here, it can sometimes add new page. So this is how you do it. How you set it up here. That's what the result will be. Not sure what else you can check here. So that's only what I want to show you. And last thing I want to show you, using still this one workflow, is how to actually export it to CSV. So I'm looking for export to CSV. This one. I will just do it all in a stuff. And first, what we have to specify is the file name. It does not have any logic. First, in the previous activity, there it was vice versa. Anyways, CSV export.csv and write from. And here it wants. It actually says data table, but it's nonsense. These activities, I have a feeling sometimes that not everything is tuned really nicely in UiPath. Never mind. It works in the same way like the first one, like the filter one. So I can only copy it and specify what range I want to actually write to CSV, which is useful. You may not want to write all the data. Maybe you want just a piece of it. You have to fight with the Excel formatting of the range, but that's a different story. So let's try it. Voila, voila, something is happening. The Excel is there. And there we go. Here is my CSV. I will open it in Notepad just to show you how it works. So this is it. Pretty neat, isn't it? Great. So you just saw how to filter the data, how to save it as PDF, how to export it. And then the last thing I want to show you today, because I promise this will be clear, nice, and pretty fast this time, is how to format the cells. But this will really be funny. So let's do one more, the use Excel file in the new workflow, right? Yeah, I prepared it already. And I will go on with just this one, registrations XLSX, which is the same file like before. Never mind. And I will go and search for format cells. And this will give me all the possible options. Okay, a lot of options how to format different cells. And I have to put in the range. So again, I will steal it from here and the range and put it here. So it's the same way how I actually approached it in the previous file. So you can, of course, specify one cell or different range and format your cells evenly, one, by columns, whatever, how you want. But the magic button here is set format. And when you click this one, it's a small, little but powerful window. And you can, and that's pretty cool, change the data type also. If you want to do some alignment and you want it not to be a number, but you want to be a text or vice versa, you want to switch it to currency or percentage or time or date or whatever, you custom, and you can actually maybe write here something. Okay, I'm not sure. I will keep it as it is. That's one thing. And then another one is alignment, and you can actually turn on or turn off the text wrapping, or you can change the horizontal alignment. Let's put there right, so it's lovely, and vertical maybe center. Never mind. And then a lot of things how to change the font. So let's have some fun and let's use the most ugly font ever. Well, not ugly, but the most hated, which is Comic Sans, of course. And use it bold and use it big. And let's say blue. And you can also put a fill color. So what will be lovely to be on the blue one. So maybe some kind of pinkish or floral white. No, I don't know. Green, yellow, lovely. Anyways, this will just make it the ugliest spreadsheet ever, but I want to just show it to you, right? So ugliest spreadsheet ever, there you go. Run file. Okay, it was really fast, and we have an error. Oops. Number from something's wrong. Well, lovely. Unable to set the number format local property of the range class. And it's problem with this formatting. So let me try it once again. If it doesn't work and you need a solution, then you need solution from Roman. Let's double check that we have here sum sheet and we have this range A1 to F10. A1 to F10, yes, there is something. And let's click to set format. I will ignore this one. Alignment, right, vertical bottom. Let's keep it bottom. Font, Comic Sans. Well, I tested it definitely before, right? So it should work. 22, font color, blue, violet, and fill. Let's give it aquamarine, for example. Ugly as hell. Run file. And now it better work. Unless I will show you the result of the previous one, but I hope so. No. Okay. Number format local property of the range class. Okay, I have absolutely no idea what happened, but that can happen sometimes. Number format local property of the range class. Let's try one more thing. Let's change general to text, because that's what I did last time. And that's my last try, unless then I will consider that I lost and oh! Now it worked. Okay, I probably wanted too much from it. Maybe I was just setting it to general from something and it was not really happy. But now, please welcome the ugliest spreadsheet in the world. And you can do this with all your boring files at work and you can change them to this. Lovely. I think this will actually be a good thing for your work, because once your colleagues will see that you have such amazing robot that can actually tune or that can tweak up all these your boring Excel sheets, you will definitely be raised and get a better position. Maybe like a boss of marketing or boss of decorations. Lovely. I hope you loved my another example. And I forgot to tell you that if you have any questions, you should type them in the chat and I will answer them later. So, this is the end, or this is closely going to the end. Now is space for your questions. And meanwhile, you are thinking about your questions. If I'm too fast, please ask them later in the comments and I will answer. So this was RPA Fridays, number 16 already. So thank you for staying with us and thank you for watching. I hope you love it and that you learned something new and that your Excel work will never be the same again. And you actually can download the workflow soon from the first link in the video description. And please check out the forum, because we have this funny competition for the t-shirts, right? And who doesn't want this funny t-shirt? Thank you for eventually giving us a like, a subscribe, for watching, for your attention. And I'm telling bye-bye and I wish you happy automation.